In the blink of an eye, your life can change. I know we hear that a lot, and I used to roll my eyes and say it was too cliche. But it can. So many things can happen at any given moment. You can walk outside and be hit by a bus. You can get your leg amputated after a routine surgery like Mandy's dad did. Or you can develop an intense fear of something after experiencing trauma after an event like I did. I hardly speak of this to anyone outside of my family because A, I don't like thinking about it. It causes flashbacks and panic. And B, I don't want the label of crazy or a liar that comes with sharing an intense paranormal story. But I'm ready to share it now, so feel free to make a video with it. I was a good kid and a very boring teenager. I didn't often break rules, and if I did, they were little rules like don't drink Mountain Dew after 4 p.m., or don't make phone calls after 9 p.m. on school nights. But I never snuck out. I never did anything that could get me harmed or harm others, and I never took or consumed things I shouldn't, of the illegal sort, if you know what I mean. My friends always gave me a hard time for being a goody two-shoes and teacher's pet, and usually I just brushed it off or laughed. However, this particular day, I was in a bad mood, having just broken up with my boyfriend. We'd ask if you wanted to come to the warehouse, but we already know your answer. No, and you shouldn't go either. You're going to end up hurt, Megan teased. Yeah, well, we all know Shannon's got some chapters to read for history or something, said Chelsea. I'm in, I said, firmly. Yeah, right, you're terrible at lying, Shannon, said Megan. No, I'm in. What time? I said, even more firmly than before. Whoa, she's in? Who is this person? Megan asked. Okay, I'm calling your bluff. 9 p.m. Be there to prove me wrong, Chelsea said, making eye contact with me. And against my better judgment, I turned up at 9 p.m. Still angry from the breakup with whatever his name was. I don't even remember his name anymore. But I remember I caught him kissing Krista, my enemy, under the bleachers that day. So I was extra angsty. Wow, she showed. I'm actually impressed, laughed Megan. We had to climb a fence to get into the old abandoned warehouse, and I should have listened to my brain, which was telling me to turn around and be my usual good self. But my angsty teen heart was telling me to go and be dangerous. Luckily, we all got over the fence without issue. What no one bothered to tell me is that this place was rumored to be haunted. They knew for sure I wouldn't go if I knew they were going to an abandoned haunted building. Once inside, we quickly split up into pairs, and Megan and I decided to check out the first floor, while Chelsea and Kate headed up to the second. The place was huge, so there was plenty to see. Megan and I spent the longest time looking at all the old machinery and workstations. It was crazy to think that the place was once filled with men and women running quality checks on the medical equipment made there. The noise of heavy machinery causing everyone to use earplugs. Now it was silent, dirty, and dark. It's sad that these types of buildings are just abandoned and left to rot away. It could have been turned into apartments or something, I said, not knowing the dark history of the place. Megan didn't say anything in response. At the time, I thought she was probably reflecting or she was creeped out. Now I know she was thinking to herself. They didn't turn it into apartments because a deranged ex-husband of one of the plant managers came in a rage, grabbed her by her hair, dragged her to the center of the room and ended her life with multiple bullets. Then he proceeded to take out 3 more people and himself, all in a matter of 5 to 6 minutes. We suddenly heard a gasp, which sounded so close. Megan and I both jumped. Neither of us moved or said anything for a full minute. "What was that? The other girls are upstairs," I said, my voice shaking a little. Again, I wasn't a risk taker by any means. This was all terrifying to me. "You heard that too?" Megan asked. "Yeah, a gasp right behind us," I replied. We quickly moved along, still shaken up. After that, I was honestly ready to go. That was enough adventure for me. But I couldn't chicken out. I'd never hear the end of it. I was standing near an old conveyor belt that seemed to be in the quality control section, because there were some masks and eye protection laying on the belt that were deformed. Still, I couldn't help but wonder if they could have been donated to the free clinic or something. I was deep in thought, holding one of those masks, when my life drastically changed. Something grabbed me by my right ankle, which of course made me freak out. I panicked, tried to jump out of the grasp of whoever, more like whatever, was grabbing me. But as I jumped, I tweaked my other ankle, and it went out from under me. The next thing I remember is being picked up and put on a stretcher by paramedics. I heard the words head wound and broken ankle, and I passed back out until a few hours later, when I woke up from anesthesia with a cast that went from my toes to just under my knee. When the spirit or demon or poltergeist or whatever grabbed me, I broke my ankle in 2 places, and I hit my head so hard I had a severe concussion and needed 8 stitches for the large gash on the right side of my head. But when I tried telling my mom what happened, she laughed and said, "Sweetie, you hit your head really hard. Nothing grabbed you. You tripped on a piece of equipment in the dark." Since then, I haven't mentioned it again, except for to my other 3 friends who were there that night. Megan was my only witness. She at least heard the gasp and had said right before I was grabbed she felt a presence in the room. I don't blame you for not telling anyone. I get crazy looks from my own father when I tell him I encounter my grandma who passed away 5 years ago. I'm so glad you're okay now. And you're totally right. We can be standing in perfect condition 1 second, and in the next we can wake up in the hospital. Life is precious. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. If you have a paranormal story to share, email it to the address in the description below. Please like the video, it really helps the channel. And with that, see you tomorrow, friends.